Hi, how are you feeling? This is really intense energy at the moment as we have just gone into Blue Monkey today. So we're in, just turn you around to the calendar. We are in right in the centre, and you can see where the blue tack is. We're right in the central column. So we're within the blue 13-day process, which is in the blue castle, and so in the spinal column. And this is really key to what we're here to shift in terms of our inner child wounding and becoming a mature adult. And often that feels really challenging because we've developed certain coping mechanisms over our lifetime, and our ego likes to keep them and doesn't want to evolve and doesn't want to learn. But at this time on the planet, there is no choice. Resistance is futile. We're in dark moon energy today in the UK, and hey, as you can see, it's still light and it's gone 6 o'clock. So although it's a rainy, cloudy evening, the light is still there, which I absolutely love this time of year. I get really excited, and I've been planting things, seedlings, and they're starting to grow. So we're right on the brink of spring, and it's been quite a long, dark winter here in the UK. So most people that I've been speaking to recently, they've had quite a hard, challenging journey over the past few weeks. And the light at the end of the tunnel is if we do the inner work and we really focus on what's triggering us, what doesn't feel good now, then we get to evolve and align with the cosmology and the scripted code for releasing our conditioned way of being as human beings and allowing ourselves to really come into our power and remember who we are. And so this is a time of great potentiality. Tonight we're at 4 degrees Pisces, and I'm just going to read that for you. Mushrooms springing up everywhere. You're being engulfed by external and internal factors and facets that suddenly are there everywhere and come right in. No boundaries, no separate container. The universal life force carrier and representative incapable of pulling away from the collective call of life is intoxicated with it all. Massively taken over by emergent currents and whatever feels vitally important. Impressionable and suggestible with an unbelievable depth and intensity, absorbing the shock of all that is happening here, raw and impelled to rally people around, to bring everybody alive, to make it happen. You ooze conviction and resonance with the basic core spirit in each and all 300% all the way. But just to move on to the actual new moon, which is around 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK tomorrow, is Pisces at 15 degrees. Many kinds of fruits are arranged on a silver tray. The inner kingdom seeks to come out. Everything is ripe and ready for emergence. There have been gathered many soul gifts in divergent worlds, and now there is a harvest time. An immense earth force presses to the surface to release and reveal an underlying feeling tone of righteous triumph, exultant mastery, the gathering of the tribes. The frequency of socio-culture renewal, with everybody here together offering their best. A subtle, permeating tone underscores the outward power with mystic fervour, a deep and strong combination to make a difference and to carry through what is intended. So that's exciting, isn't it? So that's the new moon energy. And of course, when that arrives, it's still classed as dark moon and very powerful. It's on the last day of galactic moon. So it's moon day 28 tomorrow. Yesterday, we finished the white mirror wave spell where we've been having fun seeing our inner world projected outwards. And yesterday, which was white cosmic dog, is the absolute epicenter of the Zolkin. So it's the very central spot, and it's the key to the labyrinth. So we've been coming in since the 26th of October, working with all our intimacy issues, all our ancestral issues, and again, just seeing how we're still projecting these old stories out in some way that go right back to the beginning of time. Now, this is all about the prophecy of the Mayan Wavespell and of many ancient tribes who know that at this time it's the tipping point, it's a time for human beings to start to really wake up and change en masse, because everything in the past history has brought us to this place, and we now have everything that we need to start to go into a whole new place of being. Lots of things happening in the starry skies as well. So we've got Uranus going into Taurus today. We've got Mercury going retrograde in Pisces. We've got Chiron in Aries. So it is there, all the alchemy potentiality. Uranus in Taurus is very much about being grounded, no bullshit, and really working with what's come up with you for you personally. This is always a very personal journey and always bringing it back to ourselves. So whatever's come up for us over the past few years, where I think it's 2010 where Chiron went into Aries. And so what's been happening over the past 10 years, and where Chiron went into Pisces. So what's been going on in the past 10 years in particular is really key, and all of these cycles are coming together to show us what's Uranus enlightenment process, what's coming to light about where we are on the earth and how we feel about being on the earth, and are we self-existing yet? The Mercury in Pisces retrograde, again, is really, until the 28th of March, going over old ground, revisiting our God and Goddess self, and whether we can embody that. We can dream big, and we can have a reality check. This, more than ever now, is about letting go of talk and on its own, you know, and actually putting the talk into action, walking the walk. Many people, again, that I've spoken to, and this is really big for me, not being able to get a bigger picture of things at the moment in their life, but just focusing on the small steps, focusing on what's coming up here and now. And again, this is really key to the new cycle starting on the 26th of July, which is the moon goddess. And the moon goddess, which is white wizard, is really about letting the magic flow through us and not thinking that we have to create it, which is a bit of a paradox, isn't it? So we've always been conditioned to believe, you know, that we have to do everything, we have to initiate everything, and now we're starting to realize that actually it's already scripted. That doesn't mean we just lie down and don't do anything. We do have to do things, but coming from our soul space rather than our head space. And again, if we're still projecting old stories, then we'll be doing old patterns of behavior, and it's time to be free of this. Otherwise, we just keep creating the same old, and going around that labyrinth. So how many times over the past couple of weeks have you been feeling that, oh, here I am again, you know, how annoying, how frustrating, or here is another person in your close circle who is going around that same old script again. And we just keep doing it until we don't, until we get sick of it, and we get sick, or we make healthy choices that align with truth, and, you know, stop behaving like a child where we keep on wanting something that isn't healthy for us, that's very toxic for us, but making up excuses, you know, around why we can have it, and, you know, we're justified in having it. This is really key to the cards that I got today as well. So these are the Mayan Oracle cards. These are fab. They're really a different language to a lot of other cards because they are galactic. So they're coming from a different frequency. And so organic balance, which is number 6, which is white world bridger in terms of Mayan signs. What is seeking to die around the old story so that we can live. And adjustment card, which again is all about balance, which is Libra. And this really is key to the sacred feminine returning. This is such a key card, the Thoth card. So Google that if you want to find out more information, because it really is in-depth stuff. So as we're coming up to the spring equinox, we are able to initiate something new. Libra was the autumn equinox, so whatever began then is really key. And if you've been doing your inner work all through the winter, then you'll be in a very different space. This is so key now. If you haven't availed yourself of this information, go and check out how your emotional mind works. Just put it in there, look up the amygdala, look up the hippocampus. I've been doing workshops and courses on this at the moment to really help people understand why they keep repeating the same old story and how that triggers them emotionally. Particularly with this Mercury in Pisces, you can already feel the energy around huge emotional things that have happened to us in the past that maybe we haven't let go of yet. Maybe we've tried to avoid them through various addictions so that we don't feel the pain. There's no escape from feeling the feelings. And that's my experience. You know, you'll feel them now or you'll feel them at some point. And what I have experienced is let go of your resistance to that. I let go of mine, and I learned tools to help me become more and more emotionally free and to stop doing deeply ingrained codependent behavior. This isn't about judgment. This is about adjustment. This is about recognizing how things have patterned in our family and how to change them by changing ourselves, because that's the only thing that we have control over is ourselves. And the magic that is revealed then with also the support of the Mind Wavespell is we realise that everything that we're working with now began in our childhood. That's what Blue Monkey is about. And the more that we heal that, the more we get to play free and transparent. So we don't have to keep repeating the old dramas. And this is all about Venus. Venus now in Aquarius. So a very different energy from the past few weeks. So we can see our bigger picture. We can see how we feel loved, how we feel respected. And really the key secret is all the times where we haven't experienced that, that's what needs to be healed. When that is done, then we literally change our DNA. We literally change our brain patterning. we have the power to do that, and each one of us can make that transition now. All the information is out there. So when we go into the new moon energy, we're going to be in the second day of the Wavespell, and that is yellow lunar human. That is a clear sign day. It's really key for me. It's one of my Mayan years, and so I've been mapping this for myself and for other people. But basically it's about new learning for human beings and healing the shadow experiences of the human being. So that's going to be key for this new moon in Pisces. On day 3, which is red electric skywalker, when we really come into our Buddha process, this is the alchemy process, we go into red solar moon, and we start 28 days of the gateway of being the beacon of light. So we will then be re-experiencing that initiation which began on the 26th of October in Scorpio energy, Scorpio sun time. So if you have a little think back to what you were doing then, what was initiated for you in that first 13 days from the 26th of October. So what were you doing at Halloween? Where were you in the world? And just what was generally happening in your life at that time. Nothing is random. Everything is there. This is what Red Moon is about. We have all the seeds within us. We have all the answers within us. And once you start to really work with unveiling this for yourself, you'll be absolutely blown away about this whole process that we're here at the moment to experience. So our ego doesn't like a lot of this stuff. It likes what it knows. It likes the comfort zone. But, you know, when we stay in that place, we don't grow, we don't change. It's just not on the cards now. So I'm wishing you an amazing 13 days and hope that you get to experience the beautiful magic of Blue Monkey as well. If you want any more information about the energy at this time or your particular codes and what you can expect for this amazing Uranus in Taurus time, particularly around the 26th of July, because we start a new 13-year cycle then, please do get in touch and I'll be happy to explore your cosmic codes with you. Lots of love. Have a great journey. See you soon.